Hey everyone. So I totally made myself promise that I would kind of come up with a structured way of communicating. Yeah, sorry, that didn't really happen. So I'm gonna wing it. Um, when I first started this whole thing, social media, weight loss, and all that, I made a promise that I was also gonna start running every night after work. I have ran once in the past 2-3 weeks. I had to get my tattoo touched up on my foot, so I was really scared to run with the whole healing process and put in a sock and, sweating. Well, right after that and going into, I guess I went into shock when I got the tattoo done. So, whoops. My blood sugar dropped. So I, stayed off the track for a couple more days. Well, then my hip somehow popped out of place. And I was limping all over the place. I hurt really, really bad. At my job, I work 9 a.m. to 8 in the evening, so my chiropractor is closed before I go in and closed after I get off. So I have, Wednesdays, my designated time to get all of my stuff done. And so I couldn't see him until Wednesday. I finally had to see him last Wednesday and pop my hip into place. I thought I was going to die because it felt so good. Finally got my hip in motion. I was so out of whack with adjustments that when he went to crack my neck even, I swear to God, every bone and all adjusted into place. You could hear everything crack in my neck with just one swift move. So I had a feeling that Thursday I would have a headache all day long, which I did. So I came home and I went to bed after work. So I was in bed legitimately like by 9:30. Friday rolled around and I really can't remember what was going Friday. I think the weather was just acting really suspicious. For those of you not in the South Dakota area, we have been experiencing some very, very loving Mother Nature. We have California desperate for water. We have Nebraska desperate for no more tornadoes because, they had those dual tornadoes. And then you have South Dakota who, really doesn't get a spring or fall because it's just legitimately either hot or really cold. I think we've seen the sun twice since spring started. Otherwise, it's been rain and, thunderstorms, tornado, and everything. So I'm pretty sure us 3 states have pissed off Mother Nature in some way. So whatever we did, we probably need to, apologize. Because I would like some summertime. I'm pretty sure California would like the weather we're having as much as, South Dakotans would love the weather, California is having, no rain. Due to my very charming ability to hurt myself in every way possible, I've decided it was safer to stay indoors and not go out running and get struck by lightning. Now, I know, perfect argument is, well, why don't you run on a treadmill? Treadmills are fucking boring. Like, I can't express that enough. They are ridiculously boring. You're running in place, looking at a beige fucking colored wall. No. So, that and I'm flat foot, so I like running outside a lot better. Hopefully tomorrow night everything will, be great. I bought a really awesome tool that I'm going to be returning to Walmart because I found out my phone does it too. It's a speedometer for your bike. I guess my phone can also measure the distance my bike will go. So, $12 well spent. Going to get my money back. So I got that installed on my phone, so I'm going to be riding my bike again. Really excited to be riding my bike. Just found out at work we'll have the 4th of July off. So I'm hoping to go to the lake, weather permitting. So now that we got all of that out of the way, I really, really wanted to kind of get into discussing what I have written on the board behind me. It's basically rules to better living. Not necessarily just weight loss, but to being a better and happier you, or, well, me. The first rule, and it's going to be really cheesy, so I apologize, honestly, is to love yourself and accept yourself. When I first started losing weight back in high school, again, I really wasn't that big, or at least I didn't think so. I weighed 163 pounds my senior year. I was told by a lot of people that I was fat and I needed to lose weight and I needed to watch my weight because I am obese. If somebody could explain to me why I was told I was obese, I'd be grateful, because I still can't figure it out to this day. All it did was just destroy my self-confidence. So I lost weight, lost 30 pounds in a month. I went to prom in a size small dress. You would think I'd have been happy. I honestly still thought I was fat. Still thought I had thunder thighs. Still thought I had a huge gut. I was disgusted with myself. All while dating, the love of my life. How am I supposed to be in a really good relationship when I can't accept myself? It took me a long time to learn that that's going to be the first step in changing yourself, is accepting who you really are. So I didn't start doing it until about a year into roller derby. I think I'm going on, this will be 4 years this summer. 4 years this month that I've been a part of roller derby in some form, whether it be a skater, a referee, or NSO. And even when I first started, I was the skater who would always sit out, because I didn't believe in myself enough, because I didn't accept me. I also broke my tailbone, but that's besides the point. Did I mention I was prone to accidents? Okay. Yeah, first season, standing still on my skates, legitimately just standing still, I was on the ground, and my tailbone was broken. So finally, about a year into roller derby, I'm around all of these women who look to be having a better life. One of the girls on the team who's been very, very supportive. I can't thank her enough at all. She always seems to have this energy. And I decided one day, I'm like, I want to be as happy as she is. And I started reading into some things, just how to start really enjoying life. I did some research, and all the books still said the same thing. You have to accept who you are, and you have to be happy with yourself before you can start making those changes. Because if you're not happy with where your life is and where you're wanting it, sure, you can change it, but down the road, are you still going to be happy, or are there going to be things you still want to change? So I started working on accepting where I was, accepting who I was, and when I started to do that, it was like all the puzzle pieces started to really click, and I just started to get really happy. So, in all honesty, the first step to everything, and I'm a firm believer, is you have to be able to love yourself and accept yourself. You could be 226 pounds and still be happy with you. Because it's not necessarily the curvature of your body, the weight of your body that you're trying to accept. It's what's on the inside. If you can accept that person, then so will everyone else. You'll be more confident. I mean, I would never picture to be writing a book and be determined on getting published had I not been able to realize that I'm a great person and it's time I accept it. So here I am writing a book, working full-time, a college graduate with 2 degrees, not just 1 degree. I am a graduate in 2 degrees of psychology and social work. And I also want to develop things for my job that I have, for the career I'm working on. And I'm more positive now. My manager, who I've only worked at this place for 2 months, but she's already seeing high potential in me because of how positive I am. But that's because I've accepted who I am. I was never this positive person. I never, would have ever believed in positive psychology or positive anything hadn't it have been for that first step I took a couple of years ago of accepting who I was and accepting myself and loving myself. See, as cheesy as it is, it works. It's the whole psychological thing. Next week, we will look into maybe discussing Rule 2, which is, accept major challenges. Because there's always going to be something. Also in the videos, I'm going to be discussing stress and how that can negatively impact you. And how it can also positively impact you, depending on how you view stress. So, see y'all next week. Cross your fingers for some great weather so I can go running and biking and skating the trails, which are now flooded right now. So, keep those crossed, that all that flooding will go away. I would also like to eventually swim, but it's really cold in the water because of the rain. Alright guys, have a good week. See you next Wednesday.